Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is Wednesday, special schedule, obviously. Can't really give you a cheery opening because we've just got such a tragic event happening in Uvalde, Texas. So obviously we went ahead and scrapped the guest segment just to make sure that we had as much time to go over everything as possible. But that's what we have today, Krystal.
Yeah, that's what we're going to start with. Of course, we're also going to cover the primary results, also some big news there, some big news on housing, on Trump. But we do want to start with the horrific mass shooting in Uvalde, Texas. Elementary school, what we know is that 19 children at least were murdered in cold blood, along with 2 of their teachers. Others are wounded as well. We heard from Governor Abbott yesterday about what we know thus far. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
The shooter was Salvador Romas, an 18-year-old male who resided in Uvalde. It's believed that he abandoned his vehicle and entered into the Robb Elementary School in Uvalde with a handgun, and he may have also had a rifle, but that is not yet confirmed according to my most recent report. He shot and killed horrifically, incomprehensibly, 14 students and killed a teacher. Mr. Romas, the shooter, he himself is deceased and is believed that responding officers killed him.
So here's what we know thus far. And I do want to warn everybody, first of all, obviously, this is extraordinarily horrific event. So those sensitivities always are to be considered. But also, as I've covered a lot of these mass shooting events, the details as we learn more can always shift.
Yeah.
So just take the reports that are coming out right now immediately in the wake of those events with a grain of salt. Already we have seen some key details, including the number killed, including the type of guns used, including the response from law enforcement on the scene, have been moving and shifting. So I just want to put all of that out there. Go ahead and put this first tweet up on the screen. So what we know about the shooter is that he apparently on his 18th birthday or the day after went out and bought an assault rifle. The very first person that he shot was his grandmother. Now, this tweet says that his grandmother was killed. The reporting I saw is that she is in the hospital. She was wounded, but she is still alive, at least at this point. So that is the reporting we know. Then, and let's go ahead and put this next piece up on the screen from the Daily Mail. Then he drives near to this elementary school, crashes his truck. We saw pictures of the truck sort of crashed into a ditch. The reporting says that law enforcement was engaging him at that point, shooting probably between both this murderer and law enforcement. He goes into the school and goes room to room and starts shooting children before ultimately being taken out. In advance of the killing, some of his social media presence has come out. His Instagram profile in particular featured pictures of him with assault rifles, also other pictures of guns that he apparently had just purchased on his 18th birthday. One of those, and this is bizarre, he had tagged a sort of random woman on Instagram who apparently he had some tangential connection to. And he wrote her a message that said, "I got a little secret I want to tell you. Be grateful I tagged you." To which she replied, "No, it's just scary," adding, "I barely know you, and you tagged me in a picture with some guns." So that is what we know at this point. And of course, this is the deadliest mass school shooting since Sandy Hook. The nation, once again, is shocked and in absolute grief, coming so shortly, too, on the heels of that horrific shooting we just covered in Buffalo from a racist killer there, Saagar.
Yeah, I mean, some of the details here, like you said, it's very unclear. So we already showed you that video of Governor Abbott saying that a handgun was used. That no longer appears to be the case. It appears to be 2 legally purchased firearms from a licensed dealer on his 18th birthday. Now, again, too, in terms of what happened in the initial moments, I think there needs to be a lot of scrutiny on this.
Indeed.
Current Texas Department Public of Safety says that, and this was on CNN last night, said that the shooter shot his way past the school district police officer and then 2 additional cops from local PD who appeared to be on the scene. So what they're saying is that there were 3 officers there who had engaged him before he even got into the school. Now, obviously, he had his body armor on, but we don't know what the status of those 3 officers are. I have a lot of questions about what exactly went on down there. And then even, frankly, Krystal, the circumstances of the killing of Mr. Ramos are also unclear. So the initial reports I saw was that a Border Patrol tactical agent who appeared to be in the city,
who was in the area,
off duty, rushed in there with no backup and is the guy who killed him, while there were also other cops on the scene. So there needs to be quite a bit of scrutiny here on the law enforcement response and what exactly happened here. Like you said, I mean, we were talking earlier, like you have 3 cops. I don't know what's going on in terms of the shootout. Look, we cannot second guess what happened.
I'm going to reserve judgment,
yeah.
But you do have to look at this and just go, how the hell did this guy get into a
school?
school?
Well, I think about what happened at Parkland and the Broward County Sheriff's Office, and then that guy who clearly, I'm not, disparaging these people's character. I have no idea currently yet what happened, but that is where a bulk of my attention is also on the social media side. I mean, apparently the grandma is alive. We should have a lot of questions for this woman if she is the one who he was living with and clearly was a disturbed guy. I mean, in terms of what he was posting on social media, a lot of the reports out there saying that he was bullied for wearing eyeliner and for having a lisp. I mean, these are like kind of classic 18-year-old problems, I guess, in high school, but it's obvious that given his social media presence and others, these things don't happen in a vacuum. And there are probably people around him, of which I also have quite a bit of questions in terms of this investigation.
Cable news is ripping us apart, dividing the country, making it impossible to function as a society, and making it impossible to know just what is true and what is false. But the good news is they are failing and they know it.
That is why we're building something new, a new mainstream, a healthier one, something more trustworthy, something that we are going to need in one of the most pivotal times in American history. We are building up here for the midterms, for the upcoming presidential election, but we need your help. So if you can help us out by becoming a premium member today at breakingpoints.com, we're trying to change America for the better and the entire world.
So what are you waiting for, guys? Go to breakingpoints.com and sign up and help us build a new mainstream.